Now here, now when uh, the man's skin through rough with exposure. Now here, like from outside, this body of the man was totally rough, as there were many scratch, many lines were there. The bleeding was from everywhere. So this body becomes so rough. Was a fine texture and must have been very blonde when he was a child. And now, right now, his body becomes so rude, so rough. But once he was very young, then his body was so blonde, so shineable. But now, due to the escape, due to the as he has gone from this a very brutal conditions. Now he has been caught by the Japanese army, and now he is suffering a lot, as it's a matter of it's happened when the enemy army shoulder had been caught in the other army center or in the other army hands. Then he had to be suffer a lot. But now, after a long period of time, now this situation has been changed. If the soldier has been caught, then according to the Geneva conditions, then the person has to be submit to the back to the same country. But this time it never happened. While she was thinking these thoughts, though not really liking the man better now that he was no longer a child, she kept on washing him until his upper body was quite clean. And while she was thinking about all the things, she also observed that this man is not a mature man. He is so young, and maybe he has been joined the army very early age, maybe at the age of 16 to 20, and so he is so young. And she was now cleaning his upper body of all the things, but she did not turn him over. And now the backside, like this was the front side she had cleaned, and now she didn't have dare to move him on his backside. Where was Sadhu? Now her anger was ebbing. Now, ebbing means, my dear students, increasing. Now finally, what sorry, decreasing. Now where is Sadhu? She was thinking all in her mind, and she was, as earlier she was so aggressive, she was so angry, but now her anger becomes little bit decreased, little bit down, and she was anxious again. She rose, weeping her hands on the wrong towel. The last the man be chilled, she put the quilt over him. And now what she did, and now being a soft person, being a soft or kind-hearted person, as she thought that this man may be feeling so chilled, so she put the quilt on the body of the man, so he could feel so warmth and a soft sleep. Sado, she called softly. He had been about to come in when she called. His hand had been on the door, and now he opened it. She saw that he had brought his surgeon's emergency bag and that he wore his surgeon's coat. And now finally, there was a proper scene is there. What happened now? As she was looking forward to find that where the Sadhu, and now Sadhu had reached at the same point when she was calling him. And what happened? She was having a briefcase or a bag of surgeon where all the equipments of operation are required. He was having this bag, as well as he was wearing the surgeon or the surgery costumes which is required before starting any treatment, to any patient. You have decided to operate? She cried. She cried. Yes, he said shortly. He turned his back to her and unfolded a Stizzler towel upon the floor of the Tokonoma alcove and put his instruments out upon it. Now, here, finally, what is required? So, before doing any operation, doing any surgery, first what he did, he just spread a towel which was known as a germless towel. There is no germs, there is no bacteria in this towel. So, and he placed all his equipments on this towel. Put his instruments means equipments, whether the seizure and all the things are required. Fetch towel, he said. Bring a towel, he said. She went obediently with following the order of her husband, but how anxious now, and she was also intense now, to the linen shelves and took out the towels. And from the linen shelves, she took the towels. There ought also to be old piece of matting so that the blood would not ruin the fine floor covering. And what they were doing, they just spread the towel under this man, so the blood, if some in the treatment, in the surgery time, so blood cannot ruin the floor where of their house. So she just spread the towel downside. Now she went out to the back veranda where the gardener kept strips of matting with which to protect delicate shrubs on the cold night, and took an armful of them. Now, what he was doing, uh, when she went outside to the room in the veranda, especially where the gardener kept strips of matting, there was a strips of matting with which to protect delicate shrubs on cold nights, and took an armful of them. Now, what she was doing, she found that there was a kind of matting which is covered to the all the flowers, to the shrubs, that in the chill time they cannot be ruined. So what she did with this with this mat, but when she went back into the room, she saw this was useless. The blood had already shocked through the packing in the man's wound and had ruined the mat under him. But as he was also tense about the floor, when she returned, bringing all the mats which was lying outside in the veranda, which was kept for the flowers to cover them, as in the chilled area they cannot be dyed. So when she brought all the curtains, all the mat for this old person, for this poor person, what she did, when she found that when she came inside the room, and what she found that the floor is already dirt, the floor is already nude because of the blood has spread everywhere. Oh, the mat, she cried. Yes, it is ruined, Sado replied, as though he didn't care. Help me to turn him, he commanded her. And now, finally, it's time to cover this body, turn his body from as he was lying on the chest side, and now it's time to move him, to turn him on the back side. She obeyed him without a word, and he began to wash the man's back carefully. And now he was also cleaning. Actually, in the backside, the main wound was there, the wound of gunshot. Yami wouldn't not wash him. She said, did you wash him then? Sadhu asked, not stopping for a moment his swift conscious movements. Now here, as this was the reply by the Hannah, that she said that Yami didn't wash this man. Then the question asked by the Sadhu, that did you wash this person? Then she said yes. And in this period of time, there was a little conscious came in this poor person, because he was moving, and maybe while he was turning he got some pain while he was unconsciousness, but after that he was having some pain in that backside of where the shot was there of gun. Yes, she said. He did not seem to hear her, but she was used to his absorption passion to her. Now here, as he didn't seem to hear her. Now who is he here? The doctor Sadhu. And but she was used to be absorption when he was at work. Now absorptions means not paying attention. Like here, like he was so passionate towards work, so he forget all everything what is going surrounding him. He just keep attention to his patient to give him a better treatment as he could. So she wandered for a moment, if it mattered to him what was the body upon which he worked so long, as it was for the work he did so excellently. And now, what she was doing, if the body mattered, if it mattered to him what was the body upon which he worked so long, as it was for the work he did so excellently. Now, here, as this is his duty to not pay attention towards other stuffs, as he has been working for a long period of time on this field, so it becomes compulsion to give to work very efficiently, to work with proper efforts. You will have to give the anesthetic if he needs it, he said. Then he said to his wife, then you have to give a anesthesia to this man. Anesthesia is a kind of a medicine, an injection, which gives a proper sleep, make person conscious. So it is better in this way. According to the anesthesia, it is become so easy to operate the his duty, because anesthesia become so motionless. His all part of body become so motionless. If there is a blade, or if there is a scratch of blade, or while they are cutting the some skin, so there the man never felt any pain, because his body become motionless, his body become painless. There is no pain while giving this injection. So it is required before doing any operation. The doctor always give his patient to anesthesia. So he said to his wife that you have to give the anesthetic. I, she repeated blankly, but never have I. But how could I give him anesthesia? Because I ever never tried, I ever never give any person injection. It is easy enough, he said impatiently. Patiently means with full of patience, with full of with low sound, with low expression on the face, but impatiently. But he was so furious. Now you have to give. It's so easy. He was talking out the packing now, and the blood began to flow more quickly. The packing means, you remember, my dear students, when the sadhu brought this person into the room, into his house, he that the blood was coming through from his all the wounds. So what he did, he filled his wounds, or the whole of the wounds, by the shrubs, that the green grass, or with the grass which is especially remain in the seashore. He put all the grass inside the wound, so he can have little bit, for a little bit time, that the wound can be covered, or the wound can be covered by the grass, so the blood cannot come outside. But it is not for a long period of time. It can sustain for a long period of time. It sustain only for a few minutes, for a few hours, not for a long period of time. He peered into the wound with the bright surgeon light fastened on his forehead. Now here on the doctor head forehead there was a surgeon light, and he peeped, he saw, he gaped, he stared the wound very clearly, about all the conditions, how the conditions of the wound. The bullet is still there, he said with cool interest. Now I wondered now deep this rock wound is. Now, here the bullet is still inside his body. He can see through his a torch, or through his light, which is fastened on his forehead. And now he is so interested how deep this wound is in his body. If it is not too deep, it may be that I can get the bullet. But the bleeding is not superficial. He has lost much blood. And now, if the wound is not deep, so it is easy to take him outside, because take it outside, because he has already wasted, or he has lost already too much blood, as he has been wounded for a long period of time. At this moment, Hannah chopped. You can see this image, my dear students. Now, here this is the bullet, and which is like he is giving a treatment. Now he is a sadhu, and this is his wife. At this moment, Hannah chopped. Chopped means so tense, so fear. He looked up and saw her face and color of sulfur. She was looking so tense, her face was totally changed. Don't faint, he said sharply. He didn't put down his exploring instruments. If I stop now, the man will surely die. She clapped her hands to her mouth and leaped up and ran out of the room. Outside in the garden, he heard her retching, but he went on his work. Now, what he was doing, as this was the first time, she was come across with a surgery where there are many instruments are required which a doctor puts inside the body and take out. When he was taking out the bullet, then the blood was also coming and little bit pieces of flesh was also coming, and this scene was so panicful for the Hannah, for the doctor wife, and she was feeling so uncomfortable, and she put her hands on her face, on her mouth, and went outside, running outside to the veranda, and there was a voice of retching voice means vomit. She was doing vomiting, as it was the first time she was come across with such type of surgery where the blood is coming outside from the blood for the man body, and it was so panicful for her. So retching means vomiting. It will be better for her to empty her stomach, he thought. He had forgotten that, of course, she had never seen an operation, but her distress and his inability to go to her at once made him impatient and irritable with his man who lay like dead under his knife. Now here she was agree that he was agree that like it is the first time she was she was looking up a person or an atmosphere where the operation is going to be done, and but doing such type of activity, running outside and vomiting, and it makes the doctor uncomfortable, irritable, especially at the time where the knife is on the hand and the patient is downside the knock of the knife. So it such type of things are never good for the such these situations. The person has, if the person cannot bear such type of things, then he has to already earlier he has to remove from this place. Now removing from this place, it's not a good idea because it makes uncomfortable the doctors, especially irritating. This man, he thought, there is no reason under heaven why he should live. Now, here, while he was doing the operation, he was thinking that in this world, why he should be live. Unconsciously, this thought made him ruthless and he proceeded swiftly. Now here, while he was doing this type of surgery, especially this man surgery, as this man was the enemy of them. Now he was doing this job. He was also thinking that why should he live in this world? As he is now, right now he will get the treatment. But after that, when I will send him to the prisoner, to the police officer, then they will give him punishment. They will give him capital punishment, or put him whole time sentence. Now, why should he? So he was becoming ruthless. Ruthless means, my dear students, cruel, unkind, a person without mercy. He proceeded swiftly. Now he was working fastly on his. He was operating all these stuffs very fastly. In his dream, the man mourned, but Sado paid no heed. Heed means no attention, except the mutter at him. Now, while he was operating, while he was putting the bullets outside from the body, and in this time he was making some pain. It was a little, definitely it was a matter of pain, and he was making groaning. He was making the voices that he was in the pain. Who? The person who was lying, the young soldiers. He was screaming in the pain, whether he was in the dream, whether he was in the sleep unconsciousness, but still he was feeling so pain. And the sadhu didn't pay any attention except mutter at him. Okay, groan. He muttered, groan if you like. Groan means you have seen the groan word is when a person is badly wounded, badly injured, and after a long period of time he has never got any kind of aid, and this time he is crying, but the more sound of groan is there. Now the replied by the doctor said, groan you as you like. I don't care any about it. I am not doing this for my own pleasure. In fact, I don't know why I am doing it. Pleasure means happiness. I am doing whatever this work which always give me pleasure, but this time it's not giving me pleasure. But why? And I don't know why I'm doing this operation, as I have no feel, I have no enjoyment while doing this work, especially with you. The door opened and there was Hannah again. Where is the anesthetic? She asked in her clear voice. Sado motioned with his chin. It is as well that you come back, he said. The fellow is beginning to steer. And now the question came by the Hannah. She asked that where is the anesthetic? As earlier, it becomes so panicful, it becomes so uncomfortable, irritable for the wife. But now she was asking that where is the anesthetic, where is the anesthesia injection, so she can give it. And he was now the doctor replied that he is in the motion of steer. Now he is little bit moving. She had the bottle and some cotton in her hand. But how shall I do it? She asked. Simply saturate the cotton and hold it near his nostril. Sadhu replied, without delaying for one moment the intricate details of his work. When the breathless badly move it away a little. Now here, now here, First, first of all, you did just take the cotton and spread a little bit medicine, a little bit liquid in a form of medicine on it, and put this cotton near the nostril of the man. And when he will take the breath, the smell of this nostril of this liquid will go inside his body and he will become in unconsciousness. There are many way of giving the anesthesia, and it is also a one way while not giving him injection but also give him the smell of the liquid, and it becomes so, what she was saying, intricate means very difficult. One moment that intricate details of his work. When he breathed badly, move it away a little. She crouched close to the sleeping face on the young American. Crouched means sit very close to this American person. I was a piteously thin face. It was a piteously thin face. Piteously means very kind, thin face. She thought, and the lips were twisted. Now there were so wrinkles on the lips of this shortened man, the wounded man. The man was suffering whether he knew it or not. Watching him, she wondered if the stories they heard sometimes of the suffering of prisoners were true. They came like flickers of rumors. Now here, as she could feel the pain of this injured man, and she knew that how much he was in pain, and she suddenly realized that this was the stories when they used to heard that in the time of in the time of war, when a soldier is injured badly, he is under the too much pain, and the same pain this guy was suffering, this guy was feeling, and she was thinking in her mind. And it's a true story, it's a true thing. Now she was looking at the first time, she was having this experience first time, that yes, it is true. Told by words of mouth and always contradicted. The here it was a little bit confusable, little bit contradict means like against, but now these are the true stories, whatever the people say. In the newspaper of the reports were always that wherever the Japanese armies went, the people received them gladly with cries of joy and their liberation. And now it is not rumor; it is reality. It has been shown a number of times in the newspaper of the Japan, that whenever the Japanese army enter in each and every place of the country, they are welcomed. They are treated by so with pump and joy. They are treated very soft hearted by the people of Japanese. They give them a shower of flowers, and they give him a joy. They give him respect, not only for their achievements but also for their For them, the country is so liberal, the country is so free. But sometimes she remembers such men as General Takima. Now, here, my dear students, the Takima, General Takima, is playing a big role in this chapter. Now, but the one side she was the one aspect of the army was so soft, so honorable, but on the other side, the other aspect of army was little bit different. Like people make who make these things difficult or different. The general like Takima, who at home beat his wife cruelly, who at home beat his wife cruelly through no one motioned it now that he had fought so victorious a battle in Manchuria. If a man like that could be so cruel to a woman in his power, would be not be cruel to one like this for instance. Now here, the other side which I told you that make this difference. What is that the General Takima who beat his wife very badly. It is a very normal thing for him, and it is very famous among the Japanese that his wife was very badly beaten by him, as he has fought many battles, he has fought many fights in the favor of the country, and now especially the battle of Manchuria. If a man like that, he could be so cruel, and now she is thinking in her mind that as there might be a small mistake which is made by his wife, but now the mistake which we are doing, it is not a small mistake, it's a big, it's a bundle of mistake. And now what would be happen with him, with us, what he will do with us, as the general exists a very big role in the country, play a very big presence in the country, especially the person like Takima, who had fought many battles. She hoped anxiously that the young man had not been tortured. It was at this moment that she observed deep red scars on his neck just under the ear. Now, here she was little bit worried about the young man had not been tortured, but she was also looked that there were some sign of scars. Scars means there were some signs, there was some spot which she had observed in the on the neck of this guy, just under the ear. Those scars, she murmured, lifting her eyes to Sado, but he didn't answer. At this moment, he felt the tip of his instruments strike against something hard, and now he was not paying any attention towards the indication which is given by the his wife. Why? Because he was doing his practice very carefully. He was also observing each and every sound of the instruments which hit with the body, which hit with the bone, which hit with the bullet. So he was so much concentrate, he was so much devoted towards his work, which shows something hard, dangerously near the kidney. And now here, what was there? He was like from the back to the kidney. He was doing his practice. Although left him, he felt only the pursued pleasure. He probed with his fingers. Now he probed means he searched with his finger delicately, familiar with every atoms of his human body, as he was so knowledgeable. The meaning of this line, that he was so knowledgeable, he knew that each and every small part, atom is very small friction, a small or we can say particles of the matters, like the atom is also saying this, that he knew, the doctor knew each and every single part of the body, not only from the outside but also from the inside. So he was checking his body by his finger, delicately, very nicely, very with full of gentleness. His old American professor of anatomy had seen to that knowledge. Ignorance of the human body is the surgeon's cardinal sin. Now here, while doing the practice, while doing the operation, if the surgeon is paying attention to the other steps, it is a very sin. It is a very big sin for the this person. Cardinals means a very big sin. Sin means pap. This is a big sin if the person is not paying attention or not serious towards his patient. This type of doctors, this type of surgeons are a sin on the industries of the doctor. He had thundered at his classes every years after year to operate without as complete knowledge of the body as if he had made it. Anything less than that is murder. And now, first, without proper knowledge, nobody can treat this person by himself or by herself. If the person is having proper knowledge, and then second thing is required the attention, and if the person is not doing both things, then it is a kind of a murder he is going to do. This he learned in his autonomy classes when he was America. It is not quite at the kidney, my friend. Sado murmured. It was his habit to murmur to the patient when he forget himself in an operation. So he was whether his friend. Now he was saying this enemy a friend, giving a friend that my friend that there is no any damage of kidney. Your kidney is safe. You just be out of times. Actually, this is his habit to talk while he was doing operation with in the operation theater in the OT. My friend, he always called this patient his patient. Now he did forgetting, like he is forgetting everything that this person who is under his knife, under his seizure, that this person is his enemy. Not only him, but also the whole nation. So now today we are going to stop like in this part 3, and we will cover this part 4 or part 5 in the next portion. Thank you so much to paying attention with me.